foodie friends, fancy seeing you here. Sorry it's been so long, guys. I was just trying to think of something super exciting for us to make today, and I've been exceptionally busy. But this is going to be extra special. I wonder what ingredient I might be using today. I wonder what it could be. I'll let you have a think about it. You've had enough thinking. Ta-da! We're going to do a few different things with some eggs. So it's not going to be super healthy, but it is going to be tasty. So we need some butter, eggs, bread, and a ramekin. That's all the basic stuff we need. Okay, guys, so let's start with the family favourite classic, eggy bread. Now, I would say you should shell out for the free-range eggs if you can, so the poor little chickies at least get to move their little leglets. So to start, you just need an egg, splash of milk, whip, 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 whip. Once it's all combined, we're going to dunk our bread in it. But first, let's melt some butter in the pan. Give that a nice, delicious eggy bath. Really let it sit in there and absorb all the delicious egginess. Flip that bad boy over. And now, as you're going to see in a second, the butter is melted and bubbling. Ooh, hear that sizzle, guys? That's good. Maybe turn your pan down because mine was a bit high. I'd go like medium-low. And then here comes the top. Pooh! Look at that toss in action, guys. Brilliant. Okay, my little squidlets, that's the eggy bread done. Now we're going to move on to a new recipe that I have discovered from watching a lot of American comedy stuff about families, and it's called eggs in a basket. And guess what? You're going to need more bread, more butter, and more eggs. The 3 staple food groups of life itself. So now I have my trusty cutter, so just press down and cut it out. You don't even have to use a cutter, you could just use anything really. A jar lid or something like that. The butter's melted, so let's put it in. Now you're going to let it sit for about 1 minute to start soaking up and frying. Crack the egg in just like you've seen. Looking good. Now you can see the white's pretty much all set. So at this point, resist shaking it. And then here comes the toss. Woo! Look at that. Okay, my foodie munchkins. So that's the eggs in a basket created. And now we're going to do a very fancy recipe called eggs en cocotte. Oh wait, I guess you would say œuf en cocotte because we're going to go all fancy in French. But obviously it just means eggs in a ramekin or anything really. Okay guys, so when you do eggs en cocotte, you can either just pop them in the ramekin or you can make them a bit funky by adding lots of delicious ingredients, herbs, spices, the lot. Now this is a bit random, but basically the only extra thing I had really was some random chili con carne that I found in the bottom of the freezer. So I'm going to put that in the bottom of my eggs, bake it, and then I've got a little Tex-Mex brunch eggy treat. So shall I show you how to make it? What's that? Everyone's shouting, yeah, yeah, really loudly. Okay, let's crack on. Haha, crack on. Now, before you put any fillings in, don't do what I did and don't butter them. Butter them or spray oil them because it will stick like anything. Oh, and look, they've just come out of the oven already. Oh, I've obviously edited this in the wrong order. So, friends, while the eggs are baking in the oven, I thought, why don't we try our first 2 eggy treats we've created? I've kept 1 savoury and I've made 1 sweet. So should we have a look and see how they've come out? Now let's dig in, shall we? Now, because there's nobody here to tell me not to, guess what? I'm going to have the sweet one first. Here we go. So on this... Ooh la la! Just as I expected. Delicious. And now time for the savoury. As you saw, I also took the bit we cut out so we can eat that as well as a little dipper. Now my egg might be a little bit hard because it's been sitting waiting for you guys, but let's dig in. Scrummy! Another delicious egg treat. Now let's go back in time to eggs on
Into the oven we
cocotte
go.
and uncook it, and now pop it back in the oven. And at last but not least, our baked egg. Let's see how it goes. Very hot, but very delicious. I think you can have a lot of fun with these baked eggs, guys. You can also even put like a little bit of cream in the bottom and cheese, and you could have like a cheesy, eggy fondue creation. You could sprinkle breadcrumbs on top, have crunchy topping. You can literally do whatever, guys. So I look forward to seeing what you guys come up with during this extravaganza experience. See you soon for more food.